I am speaking with.
Joel Cheesman.
And Joel, how would I know you? Where do you work?
Work for myself mostly, blogging, consulting, wannabe entrepreneur.
Well, don't you have a company right now?
Yeah, that's where the wannabe entrepreneur part comes in. I have an SMS business that is a solution for restaurants to leverage text message marketing to connect with their customers.
Excellent. All right. So I want to ask you about mobile recruiting, which you just gave a session on. Why do companies need to so desperately have either a mobile-enabled site or a mobile app? But I think there's a lot more leaning towards an M site. Why must you absolutely have that?
Sure. I mean, there are a couple reasons. I think one of the main ones that's sort of unique to employment is that we know that most job searches happen on, say, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, a little less in the middle of the week. And we know that those searches and activities happen during work hours, let's say 11 to 2. So if we know that that activity is happening, and we also know that to contradict that, more and more employers are cracking down on their employees using job sites or searching or doing activities that are relevant to finding a new job. So what we are seeing is more and more people taking that behavior on mobile. So for a company to make sure that if someone does a Google search for, RN job in Dallas, that if they click a link that is your site, that they go to a mobile optimized experience, because if it's a bad experience from a mobile phone, you may have missed that candidate. I think that really interestingly as well, to answer your question, we had Chris Hoyt here today, who is a recruiter at PepsiCo, and he commented on before and after from having a mobile site and not having a mobile site. When they integrated a mobile site, they saw a 900% increase in applicants. Now, not everyone is PepsiCo, but if you can get that kind of return on having a mobile site, it certainly makes sense to have one.
Now, hold on, I'm just going to clarify that because I know you said 900% was from 100 to 900. So isn't that more like an 800% increase?
Yeah, I'm a marketer, not a mathematician. So, yeah, whatever. It's a lot. It's good. That's my marketing speak for that. Yeah.
It's quite all right. Just an extra 100% between friends. What's the big deal? All right. Let's talk, though, about specific ways you can reach your audience through your mobile. You gave a ton of great examples. Just hit me with your three favorites.
I think that something that makes sense for people is a lot of things that we do now online, we do on mobile. Google is a great example. A lot of people are searching for jobs on Google. If they click a link and it goes to a non-mobile site or something that they can't use, then you've lost them. Twitter and Facebook are mediums that people are using more and more on mobile. So if you're tweeting as a company, if you're connecting with people through that medium, if they look at your profile and there's a link to your company site or your jobs, they're typically on a mobile site, more and more on Twitter, Facebook, same way. If a lot of the marketing mediums that people are using, pay-per-click advertising, utilizing advertising on, let's say YouTube, for example. I mean, YouTube is seeing a tremendous amount of traffic in terms of video views on mobile devices. So if you're using YouTube to market your company, you already are mobile, but you should be definitely conscious of that. And if there's a command in your description on your channel, if they go to that from a mobile device, are they getting a mobile experience?
What about the unforeseen benefits of texting? Every phone can text, where not every phone has the internet experience. Why is texting so valuable?
Texting is sort of the I don't know, the overlooked activity, but even on smartphones, texting is the most popular activity. It's actually a tie with taking pictures. People in the U.S. forget that half of the phones in the U.S. aren't smartphones. Texting, however, is accessible on about 100% of those phones. So if you want to connect with someone, a lot of those people can't see or read email, can't see web pages, just can't do the things that you would expect them to do on a smartphone. Texting is sort of the universal activity that people do on smartphone or on any phone. But some of the things that we talked about in the presentation was, texting has a 95% open rate, and 90% of those texts are read within minutes. Email, in contrast, you're looking at about 35% open rates, and they're open typically within 72 hours. So if you're recruiting temp or have job fair, any activities around that, if you want to make sure that you're read by your audience and read in a timely manner, texting is really hard to beat.